Good morning. Let's fix this here. Good evening or good morning. Gosh, I'm all scrambled up. It's been a pretty interesting morning. As you can tell, we didn't go live in our normal 7 o'clock spot. Had to deal with the water heater. Had to deal with a driver needed a pickup number and try to get him squared away. Get that entered into our TMS. And let me remove this here. So could go live right at 7. Had to move my pickup for the youngest, so youngest could go to school. So, anyways, good morning. It's Monday. As you can see, I did not go live Friday. Friday was a brutal day. Friday was probably the worst I've seen the spot market be in quite a while. It wasn't. It was more about the lows disappearing quicker than you can call on them. Like, and take the rates out of the equation. It's just trying to get a hold of somebody. Of course, it was Good Friday. A lot of people use that as an excuse that nobody's working, yada yada, whatever. Which is why it's good to be booked ahead. But I had a load thrown on me the last minute. I thought I was helping the driver, and so Jeff and I are racking our heads trying to find the best scenario, and so that's how that played out. Good morning. I hope that those of you that worked for the weekend were profitable, and I hope that if you didn't work for the weekend, if you're home for Easter, then I hope you had a good time, got your rest that you needed, so you can get at it. Now, historically, Easter is the turning point of when the spot market, usually in the van world, gets a little bit better. I noticed that if you're looking for Saturday, there was a little bit more leverage with the rates, but people are getting desperate, so you're seeing loads fly off the shelf pretty quickly. And unless you got a plan, it can become pretty difficult. So I suggest being 2 or 3 loads ahead to eliminate as much frustration as possible, or hire a dude like me to see if I can help you out. So, Nathaniel, I see your comment. We'll get to that. Wanted to point out that I did not go live over the weekend either because it's Easter. I almost went live on the back porch on the other channel, but I decided not to. A lot of things going on this week. I've been doing my fasting regimen pretty effectively, and I can already tell the difference from last weekend when I wasn't watching my diet or watching my anything. So I feel pretty good about that. So, anyways, we'll get to the comments, and then we'll get on the 123 low board. I want to talk about their new feature, Cargo Chief, and go over that. And also, the other reason why I didn't go live over the weekend is because I've been fighting. I don't know if it's a head cold or allergies. It's acting more like allergies, but because my eyes been all puffy, and then I had to go mow the lawn yesterday, so there was that. But it seemed like last year when I came back from Louisville, I dealt with the same thing, like the change in pollens or whatever in the trees, affected me or whatever. So, but anyways, let's go to the comments here. Nathaniel, what's up? Good morning, brother. Dennis Richardville, good morning. This Touring Life, Jason, what's up? CB, what's up? My name is Nobody, good morning. Southbound Pachyderm, what's up? Shannon, good morning from the mothership. Does your truck smell like wet dog now? I saw that you did a short and your dog was thinking about diving in that water. Gary Bates, you're in Missouri. Good to see you. We're at Missouri there, Gary. Jose, good morning. This Truck in Life, what's up? Good morning, Metalheads. Yeah. Home until Tuesday evening. Well, hope it's for good reason. I'm stuck in Salt Lake City. Is there any decent loads out? Well, we can check that out first. Alan, what's up? Good morning. Um, Nathan, look at Ogden. I grabbed one last week going to Michigan. That was great. CDN Freight Broker. Good morning. All the Canadians are showing up. Wheelburner's in here. This is Tour Life. He's in the Canada. He's in Quebec. Good to see you, Jason. It is cold up there. It's going to be like perfect 70 degrees here. It's going to be awesome. Good morning from Miami. Heading home from vacation today, Eddie. Well, that's good. You probably earned it, right? Good morning. Speaking of Canadians, there you go. Wheelburner, Jackknife TV. What's up? No, still smells new. The water didn't stick at all. Good deal. Good deal. Or stink at all. Yeah. St. Louis. That's a good place to be for freight, depending on what kind of platform you got. You're a flatbedder, though, right? If I remember correctly. So, and for future reference, Dee Dee always smells like baby puppy smell. Very cute dog. I met the dog person. I made her pee all over Shannon's seat. It was funny because I didn't have to clean it up. So, anyways, so I want to read this new feature with 123 Low Board. I'm very excited. Now, this feature does cost extra, right? So, but this is Cargo Chief. Negotiate with confidence using Cargo Chief. And then we're going to kind of give you a demonstration when we go look for a load out of Salt Lake City, Utah. What platform, Nathaniel? Is it van or reefer? Whether you're new to the industry or longtime veteran of the road, knowing how much you can expect to make when hauling a load is key to success. Of course, not all brokers post rates on their loads, which is why 123 Lowboard has partnered with Cargo Chief to bring you accurate rate estimates built on actual freight bills. There's a screenshot of the rate estimate. So for this particular van load for 2,112 miles, it's showing a rate estimate between 52 and 61, but the middle ground is 57.44. And only $20 per month, the Cargo Chief rate estimate provides the highest, middle, and lowest rates for your equipment type on the lanes that you want to haul. Improve your negotiation strength with one of the most powerful freight pricing tools in the industry. And then it gives you instructions on how to get the add-on. So let's demonstrate here. So Nathaniel, is it van or reefer? Van. Okay. All right. So let's find a load out of Salt Lake. I'm assuming for today. Salt Lake City, Utah, 150-mile race. Let's expand that to 200. All right. Going anywhere. Van for, we need to change the date here. So for today, and we'll do today and tomorrow. How's that? Apply. Search. Looks like there's quite a bit, so that's good. And then similar loads, there'll be a higher radius. Like this St. George, there's 256 miles. So if you don't put the exact specs in, it'll show you similar loads, right? So let's take a look at the highest rate here. Oh, already had it on the highest rate, I believe. All right, so you got Ogden to West Palm Beach, Florida, 24.69 on the miles. They're at $1.42. That's Pepsi Logistics. I would probably pick something a little bit shorter than that. Like, here we go. Hayburn, Idaho to Fayetteville, Arkansas. Picks up today at 2 o'clock. Delivers. Wow. Delivers Thursday. So how many miles is that? 1472. So quite a bit of time on that load. And that's one of the other things I've been seeing is a lot of loads that could be done in 2 are now 3 days. A lot of loads that could be done in 1 day are now 2 days. There was one load that was a 2-day transit that was like 5 days. So your daily rate goes out the window on those kind of things. It might be a great rate per mile, but the rate per day just absolutely sucks. But as you can see, rate check is 25.34. But look at Cargo Chief, 27.20. So that's according to the freight bills in this lane. It's 44.720, so it's a pretty heavy load, which is usually pretty fun through this area. So, let's look around for something that might give you a little bit more on the net. Here we go. Salt Lake to Olive Branch, less deadhead. Notice it's a lower rate on the posted rate. Picks up today at 12, delivers Tuesday at 12 p.m. The fact that it's 12 and 12, I would double check with the broker to make sure that wasn't just some default thing that they put in. Because that's 1,610 miles, so that's 2 days transit. So you divide that by 2. That's 805 miles a day. So obviously there's something janky with that. So that needs to be a Thursday delivery. So you gotta keep an eye on that kind of thing. I did notice a lot of loads were posting as either partials or team loads. Like Surge had a bunch of freight out of an area I was looking at, and the rates actually weren't bad on the posted stuff, which is rare for them. But then it was team, and so what you'll find is a lot of Walmart, a lot of Dollar General. They're waiting to the last minute to book these, or nobody's taken their low rate. They can't find someone desperate enough. So what do? Now it's a team load. And so when it becomes a team load, well, the rate per day actually works pretty good then. But why mess with that? Just put a decent rate with decent transit times and have a carrier you trust and just get it done. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not a broker, although I do have my manual that I'm looking at, and that's just common sense. I don't know. So I'll take you to lunch if you're going to be there this afternoon, Gary. Alan says picking up in Houston on the 24th truck out of 27 in the staging area. Plenty of time to watch your live feed. Wow. Gotta love it. Oops. Reefer 77, what's up? I forgot to put this on the phone here. So it's just, so that's what this looked like. So back to the Salt Lake City. So let's say we did this slow because the times actually work. What's Olive Branch got coming out? So there's 226 loads coming out of Olive Branch. So that might be a good spot. Server racks. So who knows what that is? And so it's possible that might be a open window, but again, you got to check with the broker on. Oh, team driven. Yes. Okay, so it's a team run. So let's go to something else here, as if to prove my point, right? Now, if you notice, as you get to the higher rate per mile, look where it's going. This is Tarleton, Idaho, going to California. Actually, no, that's not the one I want to look at. Fife, Washington, Logan to Fife. Also picks up at noon today for a total of 795 miles. So that should realistically deliver tomorrow afternoon or Wednesday morning. See what's coming out of Fife. So there's not much coming out. So let's look at there's 61 loads. See what their rates look like. Well, they got $2 a mile going to Laredo. But as you can see, here's 523 a mile going from Oregon to Washington. So it's a short run, $1,600. Let's take a look at that one. It's way above the cargo chief even. So it's way above all the rate checks. 6 drops, 320 miles. So there you go. 6 drops for $1,600. So what's the timeline look like on that one? See, you guys got to realize that a lot of this stuff hitting this board, these boards, I don't care which low board it is the stuff that a lot of people didn't want to do. A lot of stuff that the dedicated carriers don't want to mess with. You got 96 cents a mile to go to California. So I mean, it's just it's just the way you look at a low board, right? So I wouldn't do that load. Now Laredo, let's take a look at this Laredo one. Actually, let's look at Ogden to New Jersey here. They were literally $1,000 lower than the average. But look at the freight bill. The rate check's $36.52. Look at cargo chief $32.76, and they're at $1.18 a mile, $26.06. Obviously, this shows that this market is definitely on a downward trend, right? So, and you're going to have tolls on that route, I believe. What's the weight on this? 41,405. But if you have to get back to New Jersey, this might be a decent load for you if you can get them up on the price. Because I guarantee you that none of you are at $1.18 a mile on your costs. So hopefully you made your money going in. So there's quite a few. Now, the other thing I noticed, like, it hasn't happened yet on this low board, but a lot of times you'll see loads disappear. And Friday, it was like you literally had this up, load gone, load gone, load gone, load gone, load. I mean, it was just, and the DAT was the same way. So people were scrambling. People were getting desperate, and they were like, there were some points, and I read this where you call, they said the low was gone, and then you see it reposted for like way cheaper than what it originally was. They were seeing how low they can go. And, whether that's pressure from the shippers, but the market told them they could. That's the thing with these analytics, is the market can tell them, what they can or can't do. Oh, wow, there's 20 trucks for one load. Yeah, let's see how low we can go. And some of them push it to the point that, oh, now it's a team load if it's Walmart or Dollar General or something that can't be rescheduled. Morning, listening on my drive to the accountant's office. Gotta love taxes, right? I just look at a truck with the. I'll just look for a truck with the bat logo. Can anyone see the hearts? Yes, we can see your heart. DIY Semi, happy Easter Monday. You had a good live feed the other day. Greg Zimmer, good morning, Steve. Back in the truck, looking to get out of Portland Wednesday morning. We will get that covered hopefully by today. My condolences to you and your family. So, yeah, there's Salt Lake. So let's go to load availability here. All right, let's do van. All right, so as you can see, Utah is red. So let's take a look at it. Now here's another cool feature. You can see the rate check right on the card here. It'll also do that for the app. If you're on the app, this is what it looks like. It looks like this. It's basically a list. And so I know that Lauren told me that he was working on getting the map like this for the app as well. Arizona's yellow. Let's take a look at that. Phoenix to Washington, 3 cents a mile. There's a new low. They're at 3 cents a mile. I should take a screenshot of that. That's probably it. I hope it's a typo, but you never know, right? I think I'm going to be a smartass and do that. I'm going to take a screenshot of that, post it on a Facebook group, and act like I'm freaking out. Here's one, the Gallus to Wichita. Let's take a look at that one. Wichita is not the best, but it's better than, well, Phoenix. It's better than Arizona, although Nogales is a little bit of a drive, I believe. 42.5 on the weight. They're at $1. They don't have a posted rate. Cargo cheap's around 1967. Greens is showing 21 to 17, so basically the range is up there. So traditionally, Nogales usually has better rates than Phoenix. But as you can see, Arizona's woken up a little bit, but a lot of it's going to California. Here we go. Tempe to Roseville, Michigan. Now, ARL Transport. Notice there's no Thunder funding credit. You still have to check their credit. So if you're with Thunder funding, you still got to check because one version of ARL is red and then another one is green. But it's the same company. So you have to, if you see that, you kind of want to lean against that, lean away from that. Accepting cell phone tracking required. Box 99 inches wide, 99 inches tall. So this is one of those U-Haul boxes, which they can pay pretty decent, but buyer beware. I would check with your I would check their credit. Here we go. Surprise, Arizona to Florissant, Missouri. That's going to be St. Louis area, I believe. Yeah. Um, wow, they've got that rate posted for $802. Is it a? Oh, it's LTL, so it's a partial. It's another U box. So evidently, ARL's got a bunch of U boxes coming out of Arizona. Another one, Prescott. This is another partial. I hope. LTL. A lot of LTL on the low boards. I was seeing that with like Global Trans had like 8 loads, and it was all LTL stuff Friday. Here we go, Axle. Oh, load no longer available. Already gone. That was the theme Friday. Another partial. So it's possible. It's possible that there's U boxes from a 3PL that all these brokers are grabbing from, which probably explains why Arizona is yellow on here. Let's take a look at Missouri. See what kind of freight we can deal with here. Berkeley, Missouri to Perrysburg, Ohio. Worldwide Express picks up at 4 o'clock today. See, you would think they would wanted that. They would wanted to have that covered Friday. Picks up today, delivers tomorrow. How many miles is that? 455. That's not too bad. 34 on the weight. Well, 35, I guess, if you round up. Now the trans credit's kind of low. It's 77. Look at their days to pay, but then Thunder is showing them as an A in 30 days. So there might be an issue. Here we go. St. Louis to Galesburg, Michigan. Picks up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Delivers Thursday at 12:30 a.m. So rotten hours. So you're on a third shift on this one. Load Smart, I know they're good. Again, a lot of credit scores are lowering, people. I talked to an outside carrier Friday that is trying to go after a broker because they're not paying them. Here's Carthage to Napoleon. This is a load I would do. Picks up at 3 o'clock Tuesday. Actually, no, Wednesday. So when you see a lot of loads that are posted for ahead, they're it's like you can look at a market and recognize whether it's a day of market or you better be booking ahead. Now, here's the thing with Ohio. This is what I found out yesterday or Friday, Thursday and Friday. Ohio is not the be all end all like it used to be. So let's take a look at this again. So let's look at what's coming out of Ohio. 278 loads coming out of Napoleon. And the highest rates are all going to places you don't want to go. So eventually, to keep that revenue up, you're going to end up in an area that's not great to get out of. But even then, they're offering what? $1.73 a mile, 3,900 to go 2,248 miles. Let's take a look at that. When you look at Cargo Chief's about 44 and change. The highest it's been is 51, and the lowest has been 45. And they're way below the lowest, which is 42. Pet products or pet food. So it's going to be, it's 33,100. So when you divide this, that's 4 days from the 14th to the 18th. So 3,900, let's say that you can't get them up because negotiation sucks. Divided by 4 days, that's $975 a day times 0.8. If you're an 80% company, that's $780 a day plus, So if you're okay with that, if you get them up to $4,000, that's $1,000 a day, right? Then what are you going to get out of Reno? Let's take a look. Scroll down. Oh, it's because I'm already on the back haul. So you'd want to look at the Reno market, see what's coming out. Now the other cool feature that they've added, this is pretty cool. Is you can add a note on the load. Now I don't know about you, but if you've been calling 20 brokers, you tend to. I have a bad habit of calling on a load and then forgetting why I rejected it. And so my old system was I would take a picture of one load with one phone, or I'd write it down of why, I'd write down on the actual picture of why I turned down that load. I would either put bad time, would come up on the rate, don't answer the phone. And now I can just do that with this notes. So I can put this load sucks. Oink. So now, when I go to back to the board, the note will show up on the side here that I have a note on there. Apparently that load's already gone. So I could see what I said. Yep, this load sucks. And then there should be an asterisk on the side of the load that shows me that I've put a note in there. So So when I open this 2 hours from now and that load's still posted, there you go. Let's go back to comments here. 3 cents a mile, how generous of them, right? 2 cents over operating. Good morning. Hope everyone has a good week and drive safe. There you go, John. Mark is in the house. Good morning to you, sir. I'm in North Carolina, Charlotte. Unloading rates are really soft. We will see how it goes. We could take a look at North Carolina, Charlotte. I lost my load on Friday at 3:30. I knew I was toast, so I switched gears to Monday Freight. Scored some really good freight. This will be a must. This will be the best week so far. There you go. Then you lost that day with Friday. Everyone's in Ohio, right? Swag like Ohio. Jerome doing my first nursery multi-stop run. What fun. There you go. As long as it pays. Reno to Oregon or Grandview, Washington to Salt Lake, then back east. There you go. It can be a workout. Jerome, where did you pick up that load? If you could stand doing those runs, you can make some great money. Yes, I know people that are doing pretty good. We got 2 drivers over here running flowers. They're actually doing pretty good. Have you gotten rich off of YouTube? Nope, not yet. If it picks up outside of Nashville, Tennessee, there you go. So, let's do reefer here. By the way, Thomas Wilson, I talked to one of your coworkers Friday. Look at Iowa yellow. What's that about? Take a look at this. Lamar's Iowa going to Salisbury, North Carolina. Picks up today at 5:45. Delivers Thursday at 2 a.m. Looks like you're on the third shift. They're not too bad on the rate, actually. So someone might have fallen off of that. It's ice cream. There you go. You got to have a good trailer for that one. Let's see. Iowa to Sparks. High Standard Freight. That's a ballsy name to have for a brokerage. They're at 34. Cargo Chiefs at 36. Rate checks at 26. Green screen shows that it was once at 45.45. Call text. Yeah, you're going to want to check their credit. Yeah, evidently they're not pre-approved with Thunder, so you'd have to check Thunder's website if you're factoring with them. And look, and here's the thing. This is what a friend of mine from the outside carrier is dealing with. It was green when we checked a month ago, and now they're not paying. Now they're not answering his phone calls. This guy doesn't factor, so he's going to have to do some chasing. It was Harold, Thomas. I'm in Nashville now staging. I got 2,000 to Florence, Kentucky, and then back to Nashville for 1,700. Good. I used to do plants and flowers out of Homestead, Florida. Made a pile of money, but it's a young man's game. Go get that cash. We old men can't get anymore. Good morning, everyone. I'm Ubering my Corolla secretly, wishing I was in a Cascadia, Jeffrey. Nothing wrong with that. Needs some workout to lose this weight. Need to look good like those YouTube superstars, right? Belated good morning, Desert Rookie Pam. Hope you're doing well. So even though Iowa's yellow, the rates coming out aren't too bad. Let's take a look at Missouri again. Do a comparison since we just looked at Van in Missouri. St. Louis is superior. I know what this is. This is probably going to be beer. Yep, beer. How did I know that? How did I know that? It's a little low for beer. $1.33 a mile. Looks like it doesn't pick up. See, here's the thing though. They've got this dated for the 17th, which is next Monday. It's a week away. So they're going to keep that at 900. They ain't going to budge off that because they're saying, well, there's still some time. But if you're the kind of person that wants to book 3 or 4 or 5 loads ahead, as you get further ahead, you lose a little bit of negotiating leverage depending on the broker you're working with. So I don't like getting more than 2 loads ahead. But at the same time, after a day like Friday, it's kind of like, well, shoot, I'm going to do this. I'm going to book this. Screw it. So it just depends. If you feel like you're leaving money on the table, then your end results at the end of the month should show whether you are or not. And then there's more chances of it canceling later if you're that far booked ahead as well. Like I would not worry about what I'm doing next Monday for a while. Depending on where you're at, right? So sorry, I had to text the driver. Driver's unloaded. Oh, let's go back to that actually. There was a load I saw in there. Carthage to Byron Center, Michigan. This is going to be um, eggs or turkey. Pick up today at 12. Deliver at 4:13. 2:30 appointment. Michigan's a good spot. So Byron Center back to to anywhere. You're looking at that. Let's look at the highest rates on that. 37.91 to go to Miami. I don't know about that. Clearfield. There's 291 to go to Pennsylvania. Florence, South Carolina, 246. 2,500 for. It's about $1,100 a day on that one. Actually, no, more than that. 12. About 12. Depend on the schedule, right? So you look at this mileage, right? So if you look at this one, Geneva, Illinois to Imperial, Pennsylvania, 497. That's $1,400. Hopefully it's a 1-day trip. Picks up the 13th, delivers 14th. Wow, that's an overnighter. Let's see. So you might lose all of Friday, unless you can pick up something and then sit on it, get a 10-hour restart, and then or get a 10-hour restart. But then you're looking at Friday afternoon. Yeah, that's sketchy. So things change a little bit when you do a rate per day. Like here's this load. Chicago to Michigan. Ham Hamtramck. That's not right. Picks up at 2:30, delivers at 12:30. Picks up tomorrow, delivers Wednesday. It's at $900 for 316 a mile. Let's brag about the rate per mile, but then is 900 a day good enough for you? 285 miles, that'll save you on fuel. But who's the receiver? Is it going to take forever? Can you get them up? Obviously, the cargo chief's around at 10. The highest was 12. So just now $1,200 for the day. Yeah, are you going to be able to pick up something after you deliver? What if it's one of these receivers that take 6 hours to unload you? Now you're looking at the end of the day on the 12th. So there's a lot of things that you have to take into factor. Joplin to Riverside. Prime. Prime doesn't want to send their trucks out there. So they're going to put it on the low board. Picks up tomorrow, delivers Friday. It's 1,500 miles. So what's that? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 4 days, right? If you can get them up to $4,000, that's $1,000 a day. But then what's California going to look like coming out on Friday? What if that's a Friday night delivery? Well, then you could be sitting all weekend. So, California is the new Florida when it comes to freight. Now, if there's produce coming out, which I'm not sure if it is, I have not checked on that. But if there is, or you can call Prime and say, hey, I'll do this for 4. And then what do you got coming out? And if they don't have anything coming out, then ask for a higher rate. So if they can guarantee you something coming out and coming back, well, I mean, it's a Missouri-based carrier, so you might be able to get. They might have something that comes back in, right? Because they got to do that for their own trucks, right? So when you string loads together, you can kind of use that as leverage. Hey, I'll do it for this, but I need money on this one if you got something coming out. And then boom, now your week's booked and you're good to go. Now you're not calling 50 people wondering why no one's answering their phones or emails, right? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you utilizing 1 or 2 or 3 brokers and just staying on their stuff. A lot of people argue with me on that, but there's value in that. Now, are you leaving money on the table? It depends. If that broker's taking advantage of you, yes. But if the stress of being on a low board every single day making 20 phone calls and you don't want to or can't afford a dispatch service to do that for you, and it's worth the stress leaving money, if that's worth the stress of not calling, then, and if it keeps you in business, then why not, right? Whatever works. There's value to that. Would you give up $50 a day to not have to deal with stressing out on your next load? So, Mr. Charles, good morning. Josh the vegan, what's up? I'm curious, can you search highest paying leaving anywhere, going anywhere over 500-mile transit? Let's try that. Oh, let's do all. Let's do all of that, right? Selected 34, maximum 25 locations. So not really. But here's the deal. So let's check this out. So Lauren is always looking for possibilities, right? He told me if someone comes in and has a suggestion. So let's do Southeast. Let's do Upper Midwest. There we go. Let's do that. Oh, we're still above. Yeah, let's do that. Apply. Going anywhere. And so you can select a bunch of states and then oh here we go. Here's the load. I'm gonna quit this live feed and do this load right now. They've got Atlanta, Georgia for almost 100 grand. There you go. There's your load. Man, that's a good idea, CB. There you go. 99,909. I'm gonna do this load and then I'm gonna retire. And it's only Atlanta to Tampa. There we go. Oh man. So there you go. That's a good method there, CB. Good on you, man. That's the way you find those loads. All right. So we've got this one. Horicon, Wisconsin, to Shasta Lake, California. I know exactly what this is. This is multi-stop. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See how much above their rate they are? You know why? Because it's multi-stop. Everybody hates that. Who's the broker on this? Rock Farm. There you go. So it picks up tomorrow at 12. So depending on that final delivery. Now this is a van load. Can't put this in a reefer. It's going to be light. So as long as the weather and wind is cooperating, you're good to go. I don't know how much leverage you're going to have trying to get any more than that. I mean, you want to try. All they can do is tell you no, right? So if you can get just as it sits right now, if you can get that all delivered by Friday or even Monday, you're not too bad a shape. So I know exactly what that is. But then you got to look at what's coming out of California. I try for 1,600 a day, but lately 1 to 12 for daily. That's about what I'm seeing on the reefer side. Good morning, Dave. What's up? Take a look at your avatar there. That's funny. Bet it's a paper load. I'll do a paper load for 100 grand. I'll do it. And you know how truckers are. You know how we'll be. Yeah, I know she got 99,999 posted. Can you do 110 on that? I'll meet you in the middle at 100,050. Still, I'll do it for that. I'll do that for that. And I'll just deadhead back from Tampa. So, all kinds of different, a lot of brokers will do that on purpose so their load's at the top whenever you do the highest posted rate. But there's different ways you can filter loads. Let's take a look at this Byron Center, Michigan to anywhere. You can filter it from age. I like doing that a lot. If there's a day where a lot of loads are going pretty quickly, I'm going to do it by age. Like here's Wisconsin to Mount Sterling. That's going to be Walmart. They don't have a load. They don't have a rate posted yet. They've got an email, so that's nice for me because I can email this person and still make phone calls. And so you can filter it by pickup since we got any date on here. So this is all stuff picking up tomorrow. So that tells me a lot of loads out of Byron, Michigan. Well, I've got it set for April 12th and 13th, so evidently there's a lot of loads for tomorrow that are still posted. So it's just the way you look at a low board, really. That was one of the skills that Jeffrey Like taught me was how do you look at a low board, even at Schneider. Before I went to Schneider, he would talk to me like, okay, if I was you, this is what and he would show me how he looks at a low board. So short game takes a lot more coordination. A lot of things have to go right, a lot better, a lot, But if you can make it work and you're good at what you do, it could be very beneficial. But if you don't like talking to brokers, you don't want to use the dispatch service doing the long runs, there's some value to that. And when the low board you get on and there's 100 loads within a 150-mile radius and they're all going long, then you just pick the highest paying load and look at the details. And if it works on the rate per day, then you're good to go. A lot of people might disagree with that, but you're out here to make money, not sit, right? And I've been guilty of hell. I've been sitting for a whole year. No, I've been guilty of sitting, waiting for the right load. The best trucking YouTuber right here, baby, by far. Tennessee One. Is that for you? Are you bragging about yourself? Contact your broker about a $3,900 loan. He came back at $900. Yeah, it here's the most frustrating part about all of that. It's time wasted, right? Let's look at flatbed here. It's flatbed coming out of Cali here. A lot of short stuff. Now here's loads going to El Paso. The problem with El Paso is if you go into New Mexico, usually your best bet is to go into El Paso for freight. So it softens up that market. Or if my internet just took a dump. A lot of stuff going to Vegas, like Havasaw, however you say it. A lot of stuff going to Albuquerque. Not a whole lot of long runs coming out of Cali. It's all staying west. So if you go into California with a flatbed step deck, you're probably going to struggle if you want to go long or east. All of it's going to Arizona, New Mexico. So you can kind of click on a state and see where it's all going. So on the other token, let's look at Texas, Mississippi, Oklahoma City, Kansas, Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Tulsa. A little bit more of a chance to expand. A lot of stuff that's not going out west. Colorado, Georgia. So it just depends on how you look at it. Utah trucker, what's up? Mr. Charles, keeping that door closed will keep you afloat, right? Oh, you're just a listener. LOL. Well, thanks for the compliment. You're heading to the O show for Wednesday. You got time to hang out? Are you coming through Springfield? So glad you're not a flatbed. There's not a whole lot of freight on the 123 for flatbed out of Missouri. The stuff that is here is New Madrid, which is the boot heel. Van Buren, Sullivan, that's going to be outside of St. Louis. St. Louis. Sullivan, I bet you this is going to be, this might be Menards. Let's take a look. It's a shorty building material, so that might be Menards load. A lot of shorties. Here's some longer freight going to Phoenix. Halfway, Missouri, going to Little Rock. A lot of stuff picking up. I got stuff picking up all the way up to next Tuesday. Anyways, guys, I gotta get off here. I gotta find a couple loads. I hope you enjoyed today's show. If you don't mind, hit the thumbs up. Let's get the numbers up there because Thomas Wilson doesn't believe that I'm going to become a millionaire off of YouTube. So let's prove him wrong. And 48065, if you're interested in all the tools that I've displayed here, to try it out for free, 30 days, and then $35 a month without cargo chiefs if you want to check it out. And then like trucking, we're looking for contractors. We have a couple empty trailers. So you haven't booked anything out yet, have a window for delivery, so it's definitely possible to hang out. Good deal. We'll get lunch. Can you find me a load? Josh, what do you got? Give me your trailer and your location. We'll look for a load for you real quick. All right, back to coffee, by the way. My coffee day fast is over. So I'll give you a minute to answer. You go back to recent searches, so I'll clear these out. Wheeling, West Virginia, van. All right, let's check that out. New search. Wheeling, 150 miles for today. Today and tomorrow. We'll look at today and tomorrow. Apply. Switch this to van. Search. Oh, let's see here. Let's go by the age. You got charcoal. Grove City, Ohio. So that's Grove City. So you're about 130 miles from Columbus. That's not bad. Winchester, Glendale. I believe that's going to be oil. Let me look at the weight on that. I used to go to Glendale all the time. For Schneider, I used to pick loads from St. Louis to Glendale. That was a gravy run. Nice and light. That was the first load I did in the green machine behind me here. I got like 9.2 on the fuel mileage on that load. Oh, lubricant. Yeah, so I was right. Man, Steve, how do you know that? You don't drive. If you go by highest rate. So let's say you go by highest rate, right? Highest rate is Pennsylvania to Colorado Springs, about 60-mile deadhead. They're way above the average, so let's check this out. But here's something you got to consider when you look at the highest rate. Home improvement goods. What's the age of the load? 8 hours plus. So there's a possibility that this load might not even be on here still, right? So a lot of times, if you're the kind of person that wants to look for that last minute, that broker, the carrier dropped the ball or whatever. Here, this one's 37 seconds old. Toronto to Philly, 28-mile deadhead, 314 a mile. They're way above the average. I bet you anything this has to go now. $350. First come, first serve. Must have straps. Locks to secure freight. 7 a.m. to 2, 7 to 2. So if that's first come, first serve on both ends, that might be a good deal. But what are you going to get out of Philly? So that's kind of how you have to look at that. Going to go to the Loves off of 70. That Loves is fairly, well, no, you're talking about 70. The one off of 270 in St. Louis there, I stopped at that one on my way to Louisville. That one it's already trashed. That's a brand new Loves. James Best had the title until he got drunk, spat it out. He was going to take a club down to Texas and kill the unvaccinated. He lost by sport. I don't remember that. But, whatever floats the boat, right? So, anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. 48065 on the 123 low board. And I didn't have the screen when I was looking at the low for Josh. I apologize. Kind of an idiot. So, with that being said, thanks for watching. I really, really appreciate everybody. And we'll probably be live again Wednesday morning if nothing's going on. And I thought about going live on the other channel, on the small channel. That might be a morning walk. I haven't decided on that one yet. So keep an eye out for that. If you haven't subscribed to the other channel, please do. Snorelord OG. You got to help me become a millionaire so I can prove Thomas Wilson wrong, that I can become a millionaire and become rich on YouTube. So, with that being said, thanks for watching. Aggression turns the screw. And strike for today, hope for tomorrow. Peace.